Hello Virgo, it's Lisa, and here's your November 6th to 12th, 2023 general reading. This is just a general reading. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box below. Okay, Virgo, so let's see what's in store for you this week. So the overall message for you is the Queen of Swords. Interesting, a few people have gotten this. Queen of Swords is all about clear communication, communicating your truth, communicating your perspective, and being very clear with that. And it's also about manifesting with the universe, putting out a clear message to the universe what you want in your life. And it's just about being very, very clear. And it can be actually, for some of you, about communication, YouTube, speeches, TED Talks, doing meetings at work where you have to stand up in front of people. So it may be actual communication. Okay, and then the challenge you have this week is the World. Interesting. So the World is, you know, the best card in the deck. And with it being a challenge, it can be that either you are not getting everything that you're working towards and you're like, oh, I'm getting frustrated. Or it can be that some things are happening and you're kind of like, ooh, okay, this is different. So it really is, sorry, I just stopped and listened to what Spirit was saying. It's interesting because they were saying that it can be about communicating your truth with the world and you have a hard time so it can be social media or something like YouTube, something where you're putting out a message to a large population. And again, because this is general, it's kind of hard to pinpoint for each of you. That's where like having a personal reading kind of helps, but it does feel very much like it's either, you know, it just feels like communicating to the world and you're having a hard time getting your message out to the world. But yeah, we'll get some clarity on that. Where you need to focus on this week, Virgo, is the Tower. A shift or a change or something that has happened that you now have to communicate with, right? So you may have gotten some results or a change in your life. It could be job, relationships. And it's clear, again, it goes back to clearly communicating and then letting the people around you, your world, know that. It's a really interesting energy. The card of what you don't see coming will reveal in a moment. Okay. This could be, there's so many scenarios it may be, but it's almost like, because the Tower is interesting because the Tower feels like it can be a very positive thing where you've been working really hard at something and then it all starts to pay off and your life shifts and then you have to communicate with people like, this is the success, oh my God, and it is a challenge, like putting it out there in the world. It can be like an end of a relationship and it's like, now I have to communicate that to everyone. Or even health, a shift and you're like, you know what, I have to communicate, I'm no longer doing this, or this is what's happened and I need to change my lifestyle and it's moving forward. So it's a really interesting energy within it. It feels positive, it feels empowered, I guess is the best word. So let's get some clarity. So the Queen of Swords, clear communication. The Seven of Pentacles is that you planted the seeds to your success. It does feel very much like you knew, even though the Tower is like an upheaval, it feels like you knew it was coming or you were working towards it coming or you're very aware that it was going to happen, right? It's just, you just didn't know when or how it was going to shift your life, but it feels very much like you knew. And then it's just kind of doing the work to be successful within it. And being very clear communication within it leads to more success through it. The Three of Swords is this Tower, this heartache, whatever form it takes, right? And again, because I'm like, well, I say to Spirit, well, if it's something really positive, it's not really heartache. And they're like, no, but it is, because your life shifts. Sometimes when really positive things come in, say if it was a career and you're working at a project and then it happens and you get this deal and it's like, oh my God, or a promotion, you have to let go of the old way of being and you have to come into this new way of being. So there may be some things where you're like, oh, I just liked being able to putter around and do what I want to do. And now I can't do that. Now I've got to be like on it and working hard and wow, right? Like, so there's this element of being grateful that you have to let go of this because your life is changing. Yeah. And it's changing for the better. The Knight of Pentacles is an opportunity that comes out of the blue that leads you to this, which could be the Tower as well, which is like out of the blue, this change happens. But there is a sense that you wanted it to happen, or you're manifesting it to happen, or you're very aware, but you just didn't know how or when. And then it comes out of the blue and happens. And then the Eight of Wands is things shooting forward fast. Again, like the Tower, it just shifts really everything and it moves forward fast. This can be travel, but it doesn't really feel like that. It feels more like things shooting forward and happening. So very interesting, Virgo. You have to tell me what's going on. Okay, so then the challenge is the world. So let's get some clarity on this, because this can be so many things, right? With it being a challenge, it can be that you have gotten everything that you wanted, or the success has landed on your lap and you're like, oh my God, now I have to deal with this, right? Which a lot of people, you hear a lot of people who get success who have to like struggle with it because they have to adjust their lives. Same thing is if you're not getting it, you're like, I'm working so hard, it's not happening. You could be struggling with that. And then there was this sense of communicating to the world or communicating to your world, whatever's changing, the shift, right? It's like your world could be shifting. It could be even some scenario where you get news about your partner, or like whether it's like in a relationship, your partner could get sick. There's so many different scenarios, and I don't want to put anything negative out there because it can all be very positive. And it does say that it leads you to positive outcomes. So it's just, it's a shift that you have to shift, and it feels like it shifts your world. And then you have to, move through it is, I guess, the best way. So that can be a lot of a good thing or something not working out, and you have to shift it. Focusing on the joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Again, there's this sense that it's leading you to really positive things. This is one of the best cards in the deck, right? So it's through it, focus on the positives, focus on moving towards the shifts it's changing and where it's going. Be very clear in your communication. See, it's moving you towards a victory, and you're having big victories. So again, they can be both ways. So it can be that it's not happening, but it's going to be happening, or it has happened. You've had this victory and all this good news. And now it's like, oh my God, my whole world's changing, right? The moon is about your path coming clear. So something reveals, and then your path's clear and you can move forward. So whatever was hidden is no longer hidden. And then someone brings you information that helps you move through this. So it can be a boss, an owner. This person could be the person that brings you the shift, the information, and then everything kind of moves forward. But it does move you towards really positive things. It's just going through the change and shift. So that's where the focus is. Focus on just going through it, accepting the change and the shift, and being in it, and being very clear with your communication through it. It's leading you to big success. It's this card, the 10 of Pentacles, is the big money card. It is happiness, contentment, fulfillment. It's leading you to having contentment and kind of being in a place where you're like, oh, okay, this is okay. And then you just do your part in it. You do your part, attitude, action, and the universe will bring you exactly what you need to move through it. So you need to kind of let go of the stress and worry of, what if I can't handle this success, or how do I do this? The universe will help you. you've built this strong foundation to your future. You are on like steady ground. So just even though the tower feels like it's shaking things, you do have a good foundation and it is going to lead you to success. So just keep moving forward. And then it connects you to passion. For some people, it may be that this shifts and it moves you towards a love interest, or it just shifts you and then you have this passion for what you do and for life. And it's just, wow, it connects, it puts a fire under you and you really are like excited. Might be a bit afraid of the shift, but really it is very positive. Okay, and then what you do not see coming, Virgo, is letting go of the past. So the Three of Wands, sorry, is all about letting go of the past. It's about being in the now, just focusing on the now. So what you don't see coming is that you might want to be looking to the past. And it's like, no, you know what? I just need to be in the now, deal with the now, and let go of the past. The Nine of Wands is that you've come through so much, you've dealt with so much, you've learned so much, and it's just about having perseverance and keeping going. You've got this, you can keep going. And there is a sense with the Nine of Wands where you just kind of go, okay, now, so this, like you just take a deep breath in, exhale, and keep moving forward. So when the tower happens, you might be like, or the shift happens, it's like, okay, I got this. Deep breath in, exhale, keep going. My favorite card, the Death card. So the Death card is a total transformation of your life. This shift that happens changes everything in your life. The old you is gone and the new you is here. And you are really stepping up and communicating. Wow, there you got the Sun again. So you have the World several times and then you have the Sun several times, which the Sun is all about happiness and joy and focusing on happiness and joy, and this bringing you to happiness and joy. And then your path is revealed as you move forward. You see the path that you're on, things start to reveal themselves and you can really move forward with the information you have and this shift. So it sounds intense, but it really is positive. It's a really empowering kind of energy within it. So really cool, Virgo. Thank you so much. Let me know how it goes. And if you could like and share my videos, that helps me grow my channel and helps me keep doing these. Have a fabulous week and I'll talk to you soon.
You'll not get the arse you want by sitting on it.